wanna make it, you gotta change your mindset. Your circumstances due to how your time spent. Endurance to the end, it's not a contest. You must read the fine print. It matters what you feed your mind. Your body and your spirit must be aligned. This is how you make it to your prime. And don't forget faith in the Most High.
Hey, what's the deal, everyone? Welcome to the Meal Change Podcast. This is episode number 52. Hopefully you guys are doing amazing. Like every week I say, I'm doing really, really good. So as we continue our week of talking about dating and some tips that can help you guys and some tips that can get things, get the ball rolling, so that way you guys have more understanding of what route to take that's going to help you, what route to take that's going to help you level up in your life. And life is really based on habits and the things that you do. So this week, so I'll run down a couple tips that you guys probably are going to like and not like. If this is your first episode, this is the Meal Change Podcast. We help millennial men build a better mindset. We help them develop the skills that they need to level up in their life and for them to become better. So this week, I titled this episode, Dating Doesn't Suck, You Suck. And it's actually the truth. If you have a person that's been dating for, let's say, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, 15 years, and they can't seem to find anyone to keep long term, and their goal is to meet someone long term. If you think about it, the common denominator of all those situations is you as a person. So if you can't seem to find someone, it's really something you're doing. Now, a lot of times people take this approach that, okay, if I can't find someone, I'm just gonna say the market sucks. Well, if you consider that, there's money everywhere. So if I don't save my money and I don't put any money up or anything like that, now is that the market's problem or is that my problem? So one of the things I had to look at was personal responsibility, and that's the whole purpose of this podcast, is to teach you guys personal responsibility. So the truth about dating is dating doesn't suck, you suck. One of the things you probably are not looking into is you don't fully understand who you are yet. So when you don't fully understand who you are in terms of dating, you're going to bring people in that don't bring any value to your life. So every week, like we're going back to our old thing where we talk about the problems and then we're going to work through the solutions. So when you don't fully know who you are, what'll happen is you're willing to accept things that doesn't bring any value to your life. So the biggest thing is you'll bring in a partner or someone that you might consider your boyfriend or girlfriend, just for purposes of whoever you decide to date. If you don't know who you are, you're going to bring people in that don't have value, and you're going to bring people in that's not going to help you level up. You're going to bring people in that's going to drain you. And if they're draining your energy and they're draining what you're doing on a daily basis, what you'll do is you'll blame them. And the truth about it is it's you. When you bring in a person that doesn't bring value into your life and even date them, you're giving them your energy, you're giving them your time, you're giving them the things that you can't get back. So it's not their fault that you chose the wrong person, it's you. So if you've been dating, let's say you're 20 years old and you're 35 now, and you can't seem to find a long-term partner, or you only been in a long-term relationship for like a year or a year and a half, it's you. You're the problem. You suck. And it's okay to say, I suck at this. I need to get better. And you need to start doing research into people and environments that said, okay, what is the successful thing and what is the successful behaviors that I can do that's going to make me better in a relationship, that's going to make me better in terms of being with a partner, that's going to make me better where I bring them some type of value. And often we don't want to do that because we need someone to blame. It happens all the time in relationships. So if you're dating someone and things go south or things go sour with your relationship with that partner, you're going to blame them first. But the factor is, if they suck, it's because you suck, because you the one that chose that partner. You chose to lay down with them. You chose to give them your energy. You chose to keep them long term. So it's you. Now, it's true that people can change. People can be one way at the beginning of a relationship and then change and be different over time. That just happens. But if you stay true to who you are and they start to act a certain way that's not in your best interest, you have to cut it off. You can't wait till they cut it off, because that's when things go really, really left, is because you're sitting there waiting for this person to get better or waiting for this person to do the things that you want them to do, and it's just not going to happen. So the common factor is you have to decide, okay, is this person worth my energy? Is this person worth my time? Is this person worth my value? Do my mentality match their mentality? It doesn't have to be, they have to be exactly how I am, but it has to be that they're mentally healed and they're on the right path and they know where they want to go. And you have to know where you want to go, because then you can decide, okay, that's not the right person for me, or this is the right person for me. Because both of y'all mentally, y'all understand what you're trying to do and what you're trying to get accomplished, and you understand what they're trying to do and what they're trying to get accomplished. So in 2022, dating doesn't suck. It's just you don't want to change. You think that there's no reason for you to change, and the truth is, it's a reason for you to change, because if you want a relationship and you want a long-term relationship, you're gonna have to change to get that. You don't have to change your values or the things that you do, but if you haven't been successful at something, you're going to have to change. So in 2022, don't say dating sucks. It's you. You're the factor. You suck at it. And it's okay to say, I suck at it for a minute, so I need to get better. Then you probably should consider reading some books and doing some other things that's out of the ordinary, and talk to some people that's successful at it. Especially us as men, And us as men, we have to definitely understand what we're looking for too. Are you looking for a relationship? Or are you just looking for a partner that you can have for a night or a couple nights or in a rotation? You have to understand that as a man. If you don't understand that as a man, for one, you're wasting the female's time. Number two, you're holding up your time and energy towards something. And you don't want to waste no time or no energy, is because you can't get those things back. So think about that. One of the big issues is you gotta fully understand who you are before you bring anyone in, because then you understand your value. All right, the second thing that I wrote down is you have to make sure that your standards in terms of dating and your rules match up with you. You can't keep going on society standards and rules of what I should do, what I shouldn't do. These dating rules that they have, those things don't apply to you. They just don't apply to you. If anything, those rules that they put in place for dating, these 9 dating rules or 10 dating rules, you can only text somebody if they text you back, or you should act like you're busy. You should make sure you don't call the person until 3 or 4 days later. That's all stupid shit just to waste time and waste energy. So if you really, really like someone, I suggest you just text them or call them. You'll be different to a person by just doing that. And if you want to be different to a person, you have to learn how to break the rules that society has in place, because those rules are not for your benefit. They're just for some made up shit that somebody wrote in a magazine just for you to read it or you to spend some money with it. It's just the truth about it. There are no rules in terms of dating. And if you think there are rules, whatever those rules are, you should be ready to break them at any moment, because relationships are just like that. The most successful relationships are the ones that do things on their own terms. They set their own standards. They set their own rules. They do their own thing. The most relationships that fail the most are the ones that tries to live up to society standards. And I've noticed that when we try to live up to society standards, we always get fucked in the long run. Is because those are not built for individuals. They're not built for us. They're not built for relationships. They're built so we can fail at whatever we're doing. And it's not really in our best interest to keep doing that. And there's no such thing as kind of failure, but the lessons that if you and your homeboy go through the same thing, and neither one of you guys said that, okay, you know what, I'm not gonna go through this thing again, how can I get better? Well, then it's gonna continue to happen. And it's just kind of silly for you guys to sit there and be best friends or something like that and then watch each other fail. Someone should say in your group, hey, I don't think we're doing this right, let's change this up, let's do something different. And remember that society will always put you in a situation where they give you something that's unattainable and unachievable to keep you behind. Like saying that you can only date a man if he makes this much money. You can only date a woman if she has this type of beauty. You can only date this person if they have this type of standards. And it'll just go on and on and on. And there's this never-ending list. So be willing to throw the rules right out the window in terms of dating in 2022. Because if you want to be successful, you got to break the rules. The more you follow the rules, the more you're going to get stepped on by the big guys and the big dogs. So think about that. Those two things that I gave you. Number one, you have to fully understand who you are to have a better dating situation in 2022. It's okay to say you suck right now. Number two, be willing to set your own standards. Be willing to abandon all the standards that society puts in place: money, status, wealth, beauty, all that stuff. Just get rid of it. Throw it out the window. Some of the solutions that I wrote down this week is make a list of the things that you want from your partner in terms of dating. And if that person can reach maybe 3 or 4 of those things off that list, be willing to work with them with the other things, okay? Because at least if they can hit a couple things off your list, they have value. It's just kind of like when you go to get a new car, you're not going to get everything you want out of that car. You're going to get a few things that you feel is valuable, and the rest of the things you can work around. And the same goes with dating in 2022. Be willing to work around some of the things that's on your list of valuable things that a partner should bring into a relationship, so that way you can work with them and they can work with you, okay? Because I'm sure they're going to have a list of things too. Like we talked about last week, you have to. Otherwise, you can't go into something completely blind and thinking that you're going to be successful, because you don't have a map or a plan of something to go off of. So writing down 4 or 5 things that you want in a woman is a plan. It's a map that's going to get you to the type of partner that you want. All right. Another thing that you should definitely stop using in 2022, if you want a partner, you need to stop using the word independent and sarcastic. Those 2 words is just a turnoff, especially for men. Men don't want to hear women say I'm independent or I'm sarcastic. It's okay if you are, but just those 2 words are a turnoff to men, because it says to a man that there's no need for me to be here because you have everything taken care of. So I can't take care of anything being with you if you're independent or you're sarcastic. It might be that you are those 2 things, but for you to bring in a partner, you have to kind of abandon a couple things that you feel is comfortable. And using the word independent and sarcastic is just, it's not something I look for personally. And, you know, I've been around plenty of men where my homies say the same thing. I don't want an independent chick. I want a chick to be dependent on me to do something. It doesn't have to necessarily be bringing money into the household, but a man wants to feel wanted in a relationship, and the same goes for a woman. She wants to feel wanted in a relationship. And if you want to feel wanted, you can't be independent. There's 2 of you in a relationship. Independent means 1. So if you want to be independent, that means you want to be single. If you want to be single, that's cool. You don't want a relationship, nor do you want to date. You just want to be single, and that's fine. So please stop using the word independent. I'm an independent woman, I'm an independent man, or I'm a sarcastic man or a sarcastic woman. Leave that shit in 2021. Leave that shit into last year's dating profile. This year's dating profile, you should be putting that what exactly you're looking for, What are you willing to give up? Because to get something, you always got to give up something. What are you willing to give up? What things are you willing to bend on, so that way your partner will feel good? You have to think about those things when you bringing someone in. You have to be able to bend a little bit so that that person feels wanted and you feel wanted. And the last thing in terms of solutions that you definitely want to do in terms of dating is you have to stop playing the dating thing or the dating situation, whatever you want to call it. It's not a game. You have to start being serious about it. And the reason, and I'm not saying that you should go out and look for a marriage or something like that, but you can't be playing with dating. It's because your time is like valuable. It really is. If an employer is willing to pay you for your time, why are you just joking around and playing with this dating shit? You could be spending that time working on you. You could be spending that time working on a business. You could be spending that time with your children. So anything outside of your business, working for an employer that might pay you good, or spending the time with the children, or spiritually healing, that other time that you give towards dating, you need to really, really take it serious and know what you want. And if you don't want nothing out of it, then say to your partner, I don't want anything out of it. So that way they know exactly what they're walking into. And that goes for men and women in terms of dating. All right. So remember, solutions. Make your list of things that you really, really want that's valuable to you in a relationship and in terms of dating. Number 2, stop using the word independent and sarcastic. It's 2 stupid words that just turns everyone off. Yeah, a person is willing to have sex with you and everything like that, but that's as far as it's going to go if you want to keep someone. And most of us, we want to keep someone. We just don't know how to, and we're unwilling to abandon some of our old habits to bring in a good partner. Especially if you're older and you're in your late 30s, you're in your early 40s and your 50s, you need to abandon all that shit you did in your 20s and your early 30s. It's time to be serious. If you're in your 20s, I said it on last week's episode, go have fun and yeah, cool, whatever. But as you start to get older, the playing has to stop. The games have to stop. All right. So think about that. And this year in 2022, dating doesn't suck. You suck. So just get better. If you suck at something, it's an opportunity for you to get better. It's an opportunity for you to learn and to make yourself better at what you do. All right. So I should be back with you guys in the next couple of days. This is like this will be the last episode that we do on dating, because one thing we pride ourselves in is to make sure that you guys have an understanding of you as a person. So that's why I say dating doesn't suck, you suck. It's because you suck at something that you need to get better at. And it's okay to say, hey, I suck right now, like I mentioned earlier. All right, so I'll be back with you guys sometime next week at the latest. Go visit the website, millchange.com. That's MILL change.com for articles, for things that's going to help you. There's tips on dating. There's articles about money, about how to grow mentally too, because you have to grow mentally before you can attract what you really, really want in your life, and just enjoy what you do. All right. You know, like I say every week, don't live in this world, create the world that you want. And I stand by that, and that's what I believe in. So I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Deuces.
You wanna make it, you gotta change your mindset. Your circumstances due to how your time spent. Endurance to the end, it's not a contest. You must read the fine print. It matters what you feed your mind. Your body and your spirit must be aligned. This is how you make it to your prime. And don't forget faith in the Most High.